Yoorinal. Yoorinal. Not a nice word, is it? Sort of harsh, spiky, male kind of word, with a whiff of ammonia about it. I mean, the ladies, they got the ladies, didn't they, or the powder room. These days, of course, women go to football matches, they got seats in the boardroom. I mean, nothing wrong with that, don't get me wrong. It's just that the urinal is probably one of the last places on earth that men can truly call their own. I mean, it's not the sort of place you want to spend a great deal of time, to be honest. I mean, it's not like a youth club or anything. You don't come here to gossip and that. You don't want to spend too much time tightening yourself up in front of the mirror either. You end up looking like ponce in front of the geezers, you know. No, I mean, a visit to the urinal is a bit like an SAS mission. You go in, you do the job, and you get out. Pronto. Go, go, go! Now, as to actually what takes place during these fleeting visits, the urinal, like that other great male bastion, the Gentleman's Club, has a rigid code of conduct. Oh, yes. Rule number 1 is that silence is generally observed. Men rarely speak in the urinal, and, well, certainly never to strangers. Oh, hello. We've got a whistler. Now, the one exception to the non-speaking rule is in a work environment. In an office urinal, it's quite common for a man to initiate conversation with a fellow colleague. There's nothing wrong with that. Oh, it's perfectly acceptable.
Sorry. Oh, yeah.
However, this conversation will be directed at the wall or the ceiling with only occasional cursory sidelong glances. Eye contact is definitely at. Now, the end of the urination will be signalled with an exaggerated shaking motion, followed by a thrust of the hips backwards and an elaborate stuffing routine, as each man endeavours to give the impression that his trousers are barely able to contain a penis of anacondic dimensions. Now, conversationalists will happily chat about last night's football match or that girl in accounts, you know, isn't this me or she's got funny nipples, that sort of stuff. However, there is another breed of man who dreads such encounters. His response is likely to be little more than a series of grunts, and he'll be standing staring somewhat forlornly at the wall when his colleague is long gone. See, many men are incapable of urinating when there's a person standing next to them, particularly when that person starts talking to them. All right, mate. You all right? Nice jacket. Split up from my girlfriend last week. Bit gutted, actually. Oh, let's see what we got here then. Now here we got Mr. Sociable. Joins his mates in the bog whether he needs to piss or not. Classy guy. Mr. Clever. Hands on hips, fixing his tie. Pissing on the floor. Oh, here we go. Mr. Conceited. Holds a 2-inch cock like a baseball bat. Well hung. Oh, Jesus. He complains about those blue tablets irritating his knob. I can sympathise with that. Worried. Not quite sure where he's been lately, so takes the old chap out in private. Shut up. Drunk. Holds left thumb in right hand and slashes down slacks. Oi! What's he playing at, you bastard? Tough guy. That's all right, mate. He'll dry off. It's not a problem. Indifferent. Well, as long as it's porcelain, he's happy. Bit of a pop star mentality, really. You wouldn't do that at home, would you, mate? Which brings us nicely round to our old friend, Timid, who's still struggling. Now, for those who do suffer from this affliction, I can offer some advice given by the American author Nicholson Baker in his book, The Mezzanine. Now, his tip, right, is to imagine that you're urinating on the head of the bloke standing next to you. I quote, "Imagine your voluminous stream making fleeting parts in his hair," he writes, "like the parts that appear in the grass of a lawn when you try to water it with a too pressurised nozzle setting. Imagine drawing an X over his face, watch him fending the spray off with his arm, puffing and spluttering about, trying to keep it from getting inside his mouth. Me again. Don't stop on my account, mate. So anyway, we was like going steady for a couple of years, yeah? French kissing, everything. And like, we had a lot of barneys, but this time it was really bad. It was all about backdoor key, right? I'd left in my Auntie Lisa's. And I left her a note, right, saying that the key wasn't where she thought it was. And she thought I was lying, right? So she called me a liar. Yeah? That's how I knew that.